Hello, folks. Welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Byte of 15th of July. Exciting day. Markets were up, and one stock that really stood out uh, should be appreciated. I'll talk about this. But first, I'm happy to announce that we've completed 3 years of these two strategies, MI 2035, and we are running a campaign with the use code AVR20 for some discounts. In case you are interested, please go ahead with that. Zomato has delivered. Are you still waiting? Today's discussion is going to be upon this talk, how it has been able to, turn around despite all the difficult situation that it was in at one point of time, and that we will do in the second half. So please continue with the video, subscribe to the video, and click on the bell notification. But where the markets are headed, the markets were flat in the end of the day, right where it started. It went up, went came down, and then it was closed at exactly where it opened, but still 0.35% higher than where it started from. Now this move here is very close to now, almost you would say 3,000 points, more than 3,000 points from the recent June low, and it is getting a bit extended without rest. And every time the market extends so hard without rest in any one direction, there can be a case for a forced consolidation, forced rest. But the event that is coming up upon us is the budget, which is 23rd of July, so less than 7 or 8 days away. I think that is likely to be very, very crucial in terms of either we get a sell on news, or in case there is some huge positive speech, markets may, I think, still not go up. I think we are in that situation where uh, the best case scenario is that we don't fall, and that seems to be the case for now, unless some unexpected news comes around that day, because a lot of expected news, a lot of sector based expectations are already factored in. Public sector banks are running, public sector enterprise stocks are running, fertilizer stocks are running. um, all kinds of budget related positivity is built in. What is not built in is any tinkering of maybe long term capital gains, if that comes around. Today there was a very positive story that the securities transaction tax collection has gone up really dramatically. So that would mean that the government has so much room within the tax collection to play with, that there will should not be looking at any changes in any stock market related taxation. Rather, with the increased pool, there is a case to be made that some taxes can come down. Whether they will or not, we will know soon. But usually, to expect that taxes will come down usually is a disappointment. Anyhow, so Nifty with 0.35% gain. Nifty Junior much better than Nifty, 0.86% here. It is flying high. It is at a new high, 74,367, going very nicely up. In fact, the trajectory of Nifty Junior has been very steady in terms of its ascending angle of climb, and so is the mid caps. Mid caps also closed 0.7% up, 21,448, another new high on mid caps. So no complaints on mid caps either. And small caps were subdued, 0.36% up today, very much within this small range that they have created. But of course, from the recent lows of 14,200, we have come quite a bit, 3,500 points on the small caps as well. Bank Nifty up 0.34%, so it is taking some support at around 52,000 and consolidating here. It is looks like it can make a move higher. Of course, we are awaiting the rate cut, not news, but expectations from the US market. I think our central bank will follow that. We had a higher inflation reading just last week that possibly did not help. But if the global interest rates are coming off by a bit, then I think we will follow suit and we can see some upper ticks in banking names. Today's heat map very, very skewed towards public sector banks, public sector enterprise stocks, and some selective private stocks. So you had State Bank of India leap up 2.7%, SBI Life also up 3.2%. You also had ONGC up 5%. That's a huge move. Bajaj Auto and NTPC along with Ultrasemco also catching along. Within the Nifty next 50, you can see Canara Bank, Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, Gas Authority, IOC, all of these stocks doing well. Zomato doing very well. We'll talk about this soon. Varun Beverages, after a long time, has done well as 2.75% here. Chola Finance also has done well. What was losing a bit was REC, Havels, Jindal Steel, BEL. Not much of losers actually, and DLF also after a significant time making some positive move. So I think with just a few handful of sessions left before the budget, a lot of expectations are running hard, and that's how the sectoral trends are playing. PSU banks up 3.1% today. This is entirely the biggest move in the last 1 month. Despite this move, the last 1 month is still negative 0.5%, and over the last 3 months, they've done only 5.2, of which 3.1 has come today itself. Real estate also has made a comeback at 1.3%. Public sector enterprise stocks at 1.2%. Pharma is doing well. Pharma is up 1.1% in the last 1 month, has done nearly 5% on pharma. Energy stocks and auto stocks also coming back. So suddenly now, after today's session, you are finding that there is a sort of a relay race that continues on, where IT and pharma and FMCG, which was doing well in the last few sessions, has today given the baton to PSU banks, real estate, autos. So there is a constantly some one or two sectors that are propping up the market, almost as if that the market should not fall, till a certain event has gone through, and that's why the oncoming event of the budget becomes so very important. PSU banks, you can see after a decent, almost a month-long correction, has moved up a bit. Uh, the point to note here is that despite this 3% move today, we are still almost 7% below the election day high. So this is one of the last sectors that is yet to cross the election day high. Many other sectors crossed it within 3 days, but this has been slow since then, and now it seems to be pushing back up. Godfrey Phillips has been running very, very hard in the last few months, I would say. I think since February, you can see it has gone from 2150 to almost 4734, so almost doubling and more just in a span of last 4 or 5 months. I don't know what the company is about to announce, or maybe these are again, some budget expectation has come around on tobacco, for which this stock is up. In the longer sort of chart frame, you can see that it has been consolidating for 6 7 years before it makes this move. And once a stock consolidates for significant period of time, the moves are very, very sharp and very trending in that particular direction. And this breakout, when it happened above 1500, it came back and sort of retested this and has gone up. So it is pretty much, in total, you would say control over this trend right now, going higher and higher. Okay, now let's talk about Zomato. Zomato has delivered. It's one of my actually favorite stocks, not because of its services, which I really like, but also because of the grit and the just sheer ability to deliver uh, in the last few years. I mean, we have seen how Zomato was initially listed very, very high, then it crashed, collapsed. People wrote it off. People said that Zomato will not survive. They don't have a revenue profitable model. How Dipender Goyal has been able to steer this company out of that mess, experimenting with new things. Starting off shutting down businesses which were not profitable, and today, I mean, he's in a commanding position. Uh, Absolutely. So today's headlines also were that Zomato shares have jumped 4% to new all-time highs. They've hiked the platform fee to 6 rupees per order. Uh, and if you recall, this platform fees was not there just some time back. Then it became 2 rupees and 4 rupees, and now it has become 6 rupees. So for consumers, it is a cost that is increasing, and you are paying that cost for convenience. But from a company's perspective, just see the beautiful framework that they had, that get everybody to order from Zomato, and then gradually ramp up the fee on this. So market cap has crossed 2 lakh crore mark, and of course, Mr. Dipender Goyal is a billionaire, and He really deserves all the accolades here because the charts you can see when the stock listed and it continuously fell, and it was written off. It was essentially the beginning of 2023 when Zomato really started to chart a new story, and many of our strategies tried to catch this trend, and they did actually. Some of them are still invested. Uh, so that's the sort of the beauty of charts, that they don't lie. I mean, if you are seeing that price is moving down, I mean, why will you buy that stocks? You want to buy stocks where prices are moving up, and very very simple sort of rule for that is if any stock is making lifetime lows, like after 22, after this 6 months, it was making almost a new low every few months, new all-time life lows. It was only in 2023 that it did not break this pivot, and in fact, at around 75 rupees, the first time that that it made a 3 month, 6 month high, and then maybe later by second half of 2023, it made a 52-week high, and then by early 2024, it made a all-time high. So you can see that whenever a stock is making highs, whether it is a monthly high or a weekly high or a 3 monthly high, 52-week high, all-time high, these are all signs that the stock is telling you that I'm trying to go up. Whenever stocks are hitting newer lows, whether it is a weekly low, monthly low, 3 monthly low, 52-week low, all-time low, stocks are actually telling you that please stay away from me, at least for now. And people don't listen to the stocks. I mean, the charts themselves actually tell you what you should be doing, but no, in our own mind we say no, no, the chart is wrong and we know more than the markets and we should buy here, and because I know Zomato will do this. So as somebody who bought here is up maybe like 30%, after so much of struggles, but somebody who bought here has already tripled his money, and also got opportunity for his capital here. So all this is very very simple actually to do. Only thing is you have to keep your ego and brain aside to really study the charts. So the story has been very very simple. They started Zomato as well, and as well as the Swiggy, the competitor. They initially charged 2 rupees per order, which was increased to 5 rupees, and now it has been hiked to 6 rupees, and Swiggy is also now looking at 7 rupees. And to their credit, they have been able to have that pull and that habit formation, that people will order from Zomato or Swiggy without thinking about this 5 or 6 rupees. And actually speaking, besides other costs, maybe the costs of delivery versus the cost of eating out in the restaurant or the ambience of the restaurant, all those things aside, I mean, 6 rupees still is nothing for a platform order. I mean, you'll go and start your car, you'll burn more fuel than that. So this is how you make fantastic businesses where you've to some extent, I would say, fairly hook people with your services. The engagement is strong, and minimal impact on customer retention once they're accustomed to the platform. And you gradually increment fees. You have to make money as a business, and that's fair as well. And you showcase that the power of once you have a larger US base and a small hike of although it is not small, going from 5 to 6 is 20%, but it seems small when you see it from a absolute perspective. And that's the same strategy in most FMCG also. If some shampoo bottle is selling for 65 rupees, and then the next 3 months later you find it at 70, you'll say okay, it's gone up 5 rupees, no big deal. But in percentage terms on that volume, it makes a huge impact on the margin. So this company really, I mean, I really appreciate how they have worked their way around. There were so many other companies also in sort of similar or other IPOs in the new age companies, but very few have been really been able to shine out like this. And I think they have this competitive edge, and constantly innovating. Whether doing Swiggy, sorry, Zomato for vegetarians, and new things that they keep trying, and possibly taking care of their people well, so that everybody's happy around that operation. So I think as a consumer, I am also quite uh, satisfied with the services. Of course, this is not a yeah, a promotion for Zomato, but just the fact that the charts were able to predict this much ahead of the news that we are getting today. I think that is the sort of bottom line that you should absorb from this case study, is that even before things get announced on public media, the charts tell you a story which you should be looking to hear and to understand. So let me know what are your thoughts on this. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.